Hello everybody, welcome to my wonderful channel Playboy 100,000. Welcome to my wonderful channel Playboy 100,000. If you like, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any kind of question you're welcome to ask. I'm gonna give you again a definition of what a Playboy is. What is a Playboy? If you want to have a Playboy lifestyle, you need a lot of money. You need also to be educated, and you need a lot of, let's say it that way, you need to be a gentleman, a very old-fashioned gentleman. It means never ever consider to disgrace a lady. Now, I'm in Milan. I'm still in Milan, and Milan is one of the most beautiful cities, and before that I used to live in Paris, and before that I used to live in London, and in many other places, but I really enjoy Milan. Also all those beautiful chicks, and I'm gonna tell you something about a lady I met, a beautiful lady from Russia. Yes, there are so many Russian ladies around, and she is kind of like, I've the opinion, every Russian lady is kind of like the same, even women are kind of like the same, but if we pick out those Russian ladies, they're kind of like all prostitutes, yeah, and they are so kind of like focus on the money, on brands, fashion brands, it's like, mostly they cannot afford a pack of cigarettes. They cannot afford a pack of cigarettes, but they walk around with a Gucci bag, for example, or Prada, or a Chanel bag, or whatever, but they cannot afford a pack of cigarettes, that's and they play, everybody, all of them, they play the same game, like, I'm very difficult to get, I do not do sex with everybody, but, bullshit. And this lady I met, she is kind of like the same, but more like, you can't even have a conversation with her, I used to fuck many of them, but it's like, they look extraordinary good, those bitchy women, they know exactly how to dress up, they know exactly how to do the hair, but at the end, they kind of like, it's boring crap shit, Now I give you I'm gonna tell you about that Russian lady, and she's kind of like, she plays the same game, like, but, she's alright. And we were introduced by a friend, and we were like, there was a connection, but she was like, sorry, I forgot to tell you her name, Lydia. And there was a connection immediately, but she was like, playing that trashy girly game, and that trashy girly game means like, in my eyes, it was like, I was able to see it immediately. I saw it immediately, baby. You are broke. You're pretty much broke. You have very expensive clothes, you have a very expensive handbag, you have a very expensive cell phone, but I see it, you are pretty broke, and I know it. You live in a dirty, messed up apartment, I know it. But she played like the game of big financial money, big something, and sophisticated something, and whatever. For me, no big deal, do whatever you like, because I play my game, My game is to fuck 100,000 ladies, yes. and we got introduced to each other, and and then we had a conversation, and and then we separated. And after a while, I was on the street on my way to visit a friend, and so we met again, and I mean on the street, and she said hello, I said hello, where you going? I told her I'm going to blah blah blah, and okay, if you like you can come with, and so she joined, and we entered the apartment, and we had great fun, I mean great fun without sex, just talking, sitting on a table, around a table, and and have a conversation. And so we left the apartment, and we started to exchange telephone numbers, and so we went home separately, and later, I mean that night I sent her a text message like maybe to meet again, because I was thinking of my project to fuck 100,000 ladies, so I considered to fuck her. Yes, and I tell you, I fucked her. And we went, I went to sleep then, and the next day I have another chick going on, I wanted to meet her, but, let's stick for first with Lydia. And it took a while to meet her again, let's say three days later. I sent her again a text message, and, she gave me an answer, and I asked her, like, I can send you my driver, he can bring you to my mansion outside of Milan. And she was like, okay, no big deal. And I sent her my driver, and but for first we met in the center of Milan, and then we drove to my mansion outside of Milan. I showed her everything, my indoor swimming pool, my outdoor swimming pool, it's a beautiful area, the place, and she was really stunningly surprised, and as every Russian bitch, like, they are all like the same, like, it's easy to fuck them, it's like, they play tough game, but it's kind of like their mentality, it's another culture. You need to understand the Russian culture, then you understand why they're playing that game, even yeah, for sure, it's like a bitchy game, they are all prostitutes, but you need to understand the culture. If you understand the culture, then it's easygoing, like, so you do not have to worry, like, because let me go to another chick, she works like in a call center, like, and she has all that, fashion brands, Gucci belt, Gucci shoes, Gucci handbag, all that, but she lives in the other Russian lady, she lives like also in a messed up apartment. Now let's stick again with Lydia. We were, and Lydia is like, so I started to kiss her, like, and she didn't refuse, and so everything was quite easy, like, the thing is, I didn't really enjoy it, because I knew the game, I knew already, there was nothing special, nothing like, she has a great body, and she's, but she looks extraordinary, excuse me please, she looks extraordinary, amazing, but the thing is, was quite okay, and so we were falling asleep, and the next morning, we did it again, and I even did a recording of that, because, every time I fuck a lady for my project, I do a recording, because, one day I need to prove everything to the audience, and that was basically how I fucked Lydia, Russian Lydia, a Russian girl, a lady from Russia. She is 28 years old. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out. Bye bye.